Hello everyone! And today I've got just a little bit of news for you. So not only did Boom upload a new spoiler for us after all these years, and this spoiler was directly pointing at episode 78 release, but he also uploaded some truly cryptic message in his Discord server, and today I will reveal everything it might mean to you. What's going to happen in episode 78, and will it be released soon as well? What Boom is trying to say to us with his new mysterious messages, and should we actually be worried about it or not? So today, I will tell you everything you should know about all of this. So get your tea and snacks ready, and prepare to watch this video to the end because it's going to be really interesting. And be sure to also give this video a like and subscribe to my channel where I make a lot of ISOTOILET analyzing content while you are waiting for the next episode to get released. Okay, so if you are subscribed now, let's continue. And let's start with the hottest thing first. So just yesterday, Boom uploaded the following image in the DMs to Ibio75, the guy who gets the most of his new leaks recently, in pair with the streamer Steak. And after this picture, Boom also wrote, "2 obliterators, and duh, no cap bro, because that's exactly what the spoiler image was depicting. But thank you for clarifying it, I guess." And aside from these 2 Astros in this image, we can also see a pretty familiar background which really reminded me of the good old ISOTOILET episodes, when the Alliance's forces were teaming up against the early developed ISOTOILETs in New York and some other American cities. It also made me remember episodes around 56 all of the sudden. I guess it was just the dystopian feeling overall, you know? And in this new spoiler, we can also see some details that can be potentially hinting at the American background here as well. For example, this fallen skyscraper in the distance. But what really struck me as funny, though, is that it seemed to me literally the only one piece of human civilization in this picture, while the rest of this background looks to me entirely blank or just destroyed to the ground. Apparently, we're seeing another part of ISOTOILET fleet which keeps scorching the entire planet Earth in order to destroy it completely due to the whole beef between their faction and the traitorous commander aka G-Toilet. And it seems to me that things have been going on quite heated recently, and some parts of the Earth are definitely getting affected the most. Okay, but aside from that, I also noticed something pretty interesting in that picture. And it's those white lines all over this image, but it may be not what you are actually thinking about. So if you thought that it might be some sort of lasers and other stuff belonging to some bigger toilet in front of those Astro obliterators or something like this, I'm about to disappoint you a little bit here. Because most likely this detail means that what we're looking at is a completely raw and even undercooked image from the episode which hasn't even proceeded to the stage of rendering and full editing yet. And that's why it looks the way it is. And if I'm right about this, then I wonder, why would Boom show us this completely underprepared image? Like, couldn't he find something a little bit better to show us instead? Or maybe he showed us this piece in specific just to imply that the episode 78 is far from being ready yet, and we have to wait a little bit longer to see more spoilers and then the actual episode's release. Well, it is actually possible that Boom's decision to show us a completely unrendered and raw quality spoiler might be more intentional than it seems at first. The first and most obvious reason is the simplest one, and it's that he wanted to tease us just as usual and build up some hype before the episode's release. We already know that Boom loves keeping his fan base engaged with little leaks and spoilers as possible. Sometimes they are really vague, but sometimes more revealing. Usually it happens closer to the new episode's release, and this might just be another instance of that. So by dropping this incomplete mess of a spoiler, he just ensures that we'd start theorizing already, even though this image really isn't that rich about details, alright? It's classic Boom marketing at this point, and it usually works like a charm, but on the other hand, we were already waiting for episode 78 more than 2 months. And I don't know about you guys, but I am actually pretty much tired of all this vagueness already. And there is the second possibility here, which is much more concerning one, because this undercooked spoiler might actually indicate that episode 78 is still a long way from being finished at this point. As we know, Boom's production pipeline is a very intricate process that includes not only animating the battles and lore sequences, but also refining the visuals with lighting, textures, and visual effects to give us his signature, high quality, and cinematic look we always expect to see. So if the image he shared is still in the raw stage, then that means it hasn't even gone through rendering and post-processing yet, which is a crucial part of the episode's production. And if that's the case, we might not be seeing episode 78 for quite a while. So Boom might have chosen to share this unfinished frame because he simply doesn't have a finished one ready to show yet. And given how the series has evolved, with more complex fights and new character designs, it's no surprise that the episodes are taking longer to produce. And if Boom is pushing the limits of his visuals even further, then delays are just part of the process. But there is one more aspect we shouldn't forget. Do you guys remember this whole legal issue regarding FZCO Company and their registered assets of more than 200 Skibidi Toilet characters? I actually believe that Boom's delay with episode 78's production might actually be connected with this too. Like, what if he has to redesign the majority of his characters from the scratch because of this? I don't really want to think about it much, but that's pretty much possible as well, however sad it might have been though. But Boom didn't really mention anything about this yet, so let's not think about the worst so quickly. For now, let me just say that the apparent episode 78 delay is inevitable, but at least we know that it's about to happen anyway, despite all of these legal battles and such. Okay, and now let me mention another thing, and oh boy, it actually intrigued me like crazy. So after revealing this spoiler to us, Boom also posted something pretty cryptic in his Discord channel in the memes category, although it didn't really look like a meme at all. So it was a GIF of the black screen full of white glitches, and there was simply a word "the end" in the middle of that GIF. That's about it, guys. You can take it however you want it. Boom really was not in the mood about posting anything more than just that, huh? So we're not really swimming in the ocean of details today. Maybe this GIF means that the waiting of episode 78 delay is coming soon, or maybe that the end of FZCO Company is coming to get them as well. At this point, only Boom knows what it actually means. While we are sitting here and speculating about all of this, well, business as usual, my friends. Now, after all I've just told you, does this mean we'll have to wait longer for episode 78? Honestly, yes, it's very likely. If Boom were close to finishing the episode, he would have shown us something more polished he already has, just as he has done with his past teasers. But instead of that, he gave us a raw, incomplete frame, which strongly suggests that the episode is still in the works and far from completion. And that also means that we should probably prepare for a longer wait, possibly even longer than the previous gaps between episodes. And while that might be frustrating for those who are impatient, it also means that Boom is taking his time to deliver something truly massive and spectacular, just as he always does. And let's not also forget that he's also being busy with all these legal side quests recently, and the fact that he still manages to work in the middle of all that gives me hope. And what do you guys personally think about all of this? And that was all for today. Write in the comments what you personally think about what I just said, and be sure to also subscribe to my channel, not to miss my new videos to keep yourselves updated while you are waiting for episode 78 to get released. And that was me, ISOTOILET. See ya!